Shoo, shoo! Darken my door no longer.
Hey, that crystal ball looks familiar.
What?
Aye, no doubt about it. This here's my property. Look, lady, just give the ball back, all right?
But without it, my fortune-telling business is ruined.
Can you really use that crystal ball for fortune-telling?
So what if I can't? It's your fault anyway. You're the reason Lord Vam stripped me of my true powers.
Fast! I've an idea.
Huh?
Let's say we brought you something to replace the crystal ball. Would you make a trade for it?
I suppose so, since it did belong to you apparently. But you'll have to bring me something exceptionally good.
It's a deal. Now sit tight.
Are you sure you've thought this through?
Come on, let's swing by the Maxi toy box. If I know your old man, he's got something squirreled away in there.
Here's hoping you're right. It's probably a safe bet, though.
Come to think of it, I remember him mentioning there's a secret room.
A secret room?
Aye. Of course, that's all he said about it. We'll have to do some searching. But whatever's in there, it must be worth enough for Bernard to take the trouble to hide it. Huh?
Okay, let's go check it out.
My sensors are detecting an unidentified space.
A hidden room. Cool.
Hidden room? Did Dad have a secret room here? I had no idea this was here. All of this stuff was my mom's. That was hers. And this too. When I was a kid, if I saw one reminder of Mom, I couldn't focus on anything else. Dad said he got rid of everything that reminded me of her so I could move on. It's a recording device. That's Mom playing piano. Dad must have recorded it.
It's a recording of Leo's mother playing the piano. He closes his eyes and listens intently. He knows this song because she taught it to him. Leo's memory. Leo slowly opened his eyes and looked around the room. It was filled with his mother's belongings. They were all in good condition and well maintained. Leo could feel a subtle warmth from the furniture, as if someone had been using it recently. The room was like a time capsule, full of memories of his mother. Leo's eyes stopped when they reached the top of the bookshelf. A childhood memory played across his mind, as vivid as if he were living it again.
Look, darling. Look how he laughs when he hears the sound.
Disena gently rang an orange, fish-shaped toy bell. Clang, clang. Its gentle timbre filled the air. Young Leo broke into peals of laughter beside his mother. Disena shook the fish left and right around his smiling face. Leo's gaze followed its every movement as he reached for it with his hands.
My turn!
Disena placed the toy fish into Leo's outstretched hands.
Try ringing it, but be gentle.
The toy was nearly too big for young Leo's hands, but he joyfully held it up to his ear and shook it all the same. He grinned as the bell clanged again. Bernard looked up from his half-read research documents to watch his wife and son playing with the fish. At the sound of their laughter, he couldn't help but smile himself. The sound echoed clearly in Leo's memory. Just as vividly as he could hear it, he also saw his mother and father's smiling faces. In this room, there had been family. There had been laughter and comfort. Leo looked around the room once more. If taking the fish in his hands awakened such memories, perhaps other objects would have the same effect. He reached for a book on the shelf. The Crying Sun. Sure enough, on the cover was an illustration of a large sun with tears falling from one eye. Leo gently opened the picture book. As the pages rustled under his fingertips, he looked back over doodles he'd made in the margins years and years ago.
Leo? Come on, Leo. Time for bed.
At the sound of his mother's voice, Leo ran right for the bookshelf.
Read it! Read it!
Again? Are you sure?
Yeah!
But I read you this book last night, and the night before, and 5 times last week. How about a different book tonight?
I want this one!
Okay then. The Crying Sun it is.
I like the sun.
You know what? I'm pretty fond of it myself.
Disena tucked Leo into bed and opened to the first page.
The big sun above lights the ground with his love.
In this story, the sun and the ground are good friends, but they're too far apart to play together. So their other friends, the wind and the sea, try their best to bring them together. Even as a child, Leo knew it by heart. Every night, he laughed and cried at the exact same pages. And every night, once the story was through, he would say,
Again!
Disena couldn't resist her beloved son's eager face. She'd nod, turn back to the first page, and start again from the beginning. She read it over and over until Leo fell asleep. Leo breathed deeply, as if he could draw those peaceful days back inside him. He surveyed the old room once again, on the hunt for more memories. Leo found a single sheet of notes left on the mirror stand. It was covered in mathematical formulae. His mother, Disena, was a physicist. She'd spent her life investigating everything about their world. Disena not only sought to learn the origins of the world, but also about magic and other powers that transcended natural law. She was also deeply interested in the human mind. Disena theorized that human emotions produced powerful energy. Magic, she thought, was only one method of utilizing this energy source. Depending on the strength of the emotion felt, the energy also varied in intensity. Disena was convinced that the energy produced by human emotions was the hidden key to uncovering the mysteries of the world. The universe continuously expands, slowly losing energy and increasing in entropy in accordance with the second law of thermodynamics. However, Disena believed that it retained some energy due to a powerful energy source we know as emotion. She proposed that emotional energy operates on similar principles as gravity.
When people love someone other than themselves, that forms a strong bond, just like gravity.
Disena explained her theory to Leo as if she were reciting a fairy tale.
When they loved someone?
That's right. That is when their gravity is at its strongest.
Gravity? What's that?
Disena picked up the nearby toy fish and dropped it onto Leo's palm. The fish lay flat on Leo's hand.
See? You love that fish, don't you? That's what's keeping you together.
I don't get it.
One day, you'll come to understand what love really means. That it isn't just love. Sorrow, pain, loneliness, joy, excitement. All of these are like gravity. They're all made of immense energy. They are the glue that holds our universe together.
Immense energy?
That's right. Just giving off that energy may be our role in the universe. Almost. But it's not enough just to love. You must learn to love with all your heart.
I already do, Mom. I love you with my whole heart.
I know you do, Leo. I love you too. The gravity between you and me is very, very powerful, Leo. That's why I'll never leave you.
Yeah.
Disena's comforting words rebounded in Leo's memory.
You will always be in my gravitational field.
I've heard that before. You played it on the piano on the Uzra.
That's the one. My mom used to play it for me all the time. I begged and begged until she taught me how to play it too.
These notes are so complex, I can't even read them. Hey, what's this?
You are always in my gravitational field.
Mom used to say it a lot. Her theory was that human emotions, especially love, work like gravity.
Gravity.
Hey. I remember these cards. They were really important to Mom. She said they were a precious gift from somebody. I'm sure she'd understand if we need them to get the crystal ball back. Let's see if Mora will take them. Here you go. How's this for a trade?
Where did you get these cards?
Do you want them or not?
They belong to my most beloved.
Your most beloved?
My late husband. Oh, I can still feel the warmth of his fingers on them.
Your husband read tarot cards?
He did. And unlike mine, his predictions were almost always right.
How did my mom end up with his deck?
One stormy and treacherous night, a woman saved my husband's life. He told me he'd given his cards to that woman to thank her. Without the cards, his fortune-telling lost its spark. But he was still happy because he'd repaid what he owed.
Mom.
I wish I could thank your mother in person for saving my beloved. Here, this belongs to you. I'm sorry I ever pretended it was mine.
Water under the bridge.
What he said.
Oh, his cards. His precious cards. It's like he's finally come home. Thank you for bringing me my husband's precious tarot deck. Take this with you. It's the very least I can do.